Welcome to you all in my YouTube channel Experience Math. So today in my class I am teaching you to reduce the line x plus by plus c equal to 0 in perpendicular form. So to reduce this into perpendicular form, we have to divide throughout by root over a square plus b square on both sides. To reduce ax plus by plus c equals to 0 in perpendicular form, we write x plus by equals to minus c, and dividing both sides by plus minus a square plus b square. To reduce this into perpendicular form, we divide both sides by plus minus root over a square plus b square. So why we need to divide by this? The derivation part I have not focused here because the most confusing part is not this one for students. So the most confusing part in this is after changing into perpendicular form, finding out angle made by the perpendicular with x-axis. That is the most confusing part. In that part I will focus here. So here we divide x plus by over plus minus root over a square plus b square equals to minus c over plus minus root over a square plus b square. In this, out of this plus minus, the sign is chosen in such a way that this part gives us length of perpendicular. So to make this part positive, we will choose the sign. If this is negative, then this C part, if it is C is positive, then here outside is negative, positive. We have to choose this negative sign to make this overall value positive. Okay, and if this C itself is negative and negative, it will be positive. Positive should be chosen. Okay, so if we choose positive value for this root over a square plus b square on right hand side throughout this operation, on the left side also same sign should be chosen. Then comparing it with x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to p, we have cos alpha equals to a over plus minus root over a square plus b square, and sin alpha equals to b over a square plus b square, and p equals to minus c over plus minus a square plus b square. So here I have not mentioned any particular sign because the c value is positive or negative, it's not sure. So to make this overall value positive, suitable sign will be chosen. Okay, so in this way we can reduce this line in perpendicular form. This derivation part I have not explained because that is not confusing part. So the main part I have to focus is finding out angle between the length of perpendicular from origin to the line and with x-axis. Okay, here is one example to find out length of perpendicular P from the origin to the line and angle made by the perpendicular with positive direction of x-axis, reducing this into perpendicular form. So here first of all we will compare this line with ax plus by equals to minus c. Our equation is x plus by plus c equals to 0. So you can write x plus by equals to minus c. And so if you compare with that, then in place of a we have 1, in place of b we have minus 1. To change this into perpendicular form, we should divide throughout by plus minus root over a square plus b square on both sides. Reducing x minus y equals to 10 in perpendicular form, we have x minus y over root over, here we need to divide both sides by this quantity plus minus root over a square plus b square while changing into perpendicular form. So in place of this a we have here 1 square plus in place of this b we have minus 1 here, and on the right hand side we have 10 here, 1 square plus minus 1 square. So to reduce this into perpendicular form, we need to divide both sides by this quantity plus minus root over a square plus b square, and in place of a we have 1, in place of b we have minus 1. So a square is 1 square, b square is minus 1 whole square. By this we divide both sides. This is our first step while changing into perpendicular form. And already this 10 is positive, so this gives you length of perpendicular. So to make length of perpendicular positive, we need to choose positive sign. If you choose positive sign here, here also same sign you should choose, because both sides we must divide by same quantity, not by different quantity. So this becomes x minus y over 1 square is 1 plus minus 1 square is also 1. So it will be root over 2, 10 over, here is root over 2. Taking positive sign. Taking positive sign. Okay, taking positive sign on both sides, we get this. And now this implies x times 1 over root 2 plus y times minus 1 over root 2, and 10 equals to, we can write 5 times 2 over here root 2. This implies x times 1 over root 2 plus y times minus 1 over root 2 equals to 5. This root 2 can divide to root 2 times. So 5 root 2. Comparing it with x cos alpha plus y sin alpha equals to p. We have cos alpha equals to, if you compare with this, coefficient of x cos alpha, coefficient of x 1 over root 2. The value of cos alpha is 1 over root 2. And here coefficient of y sin alpha, coefficient of y minus 1 over root 2. So sin alpha value is minus 1 over root 2. Okay, so here now using quadrant rule we will find out value of alpha here, and value of p. In place of p we have p equals to we have 5 root 2, and now to get alpha we use quadrant rule and find out value of alpha. First of all, cos alpha equals to 1 over root 2. We will find out acute angle, and cos alpha equals to 1 over root 2, and cos how many degree equals to 1 over root 2? Cos 45 degree value is 1 over root 2. So in graph we will find out acute angle. Cos alpha equals to 1 over root 2. Its acute angle value is cos 45 degree value is 1 over root 2. So acute angle is 45 degree. If the angle is alpha in first quadrant, then in second quadrant it will be 180 minus alpha, and in third quadrant it will be 180 plus alpha, and in fourth quadrant it will be 360 minus alpha. And our quadrant rule is, in first quadrant from 0 to 90 degree all is positive. In second quadrant is from 90 to 100 degree, their sign is positive. Third quadrant from 180 to 270 degree, their tan is positive. And fourth quadrant is from 270 degree to 360 degree, their only cos is positive. This quadrant rule can be remembered by using cast rule, CAST, cast rule. So here you can start to write from here CAST, starting from fourth quadrant, CAST, cast rule. Using cast rule you can remember this quadrant rule. And if the acute angle is alpha in first quadrant, and required angle will be 180 minus alpha in second quadrant, and required angle will be 180 plus alpha in third quadrant, and required angle will be 360 minus alpha in fourth quadrant. And here value of cos is positive, value of sin is negative. Okay, so we have to search suitable quadrant where cos is positive and sin is negative. Here cos is positive in fourth quadrant, here except cos all are negative. So definitely sin is negative in fourth quadrant. So we have to search this quadrant. So our suitable quadrant is this quadrant. So this alpha value, our alpha value here is 45 degree. So you can substitute value of alpha here, and you can get the required angle 360 minus 45 degree. So cos alpha value will be, cos alpha equals to cos, it will be 360 minus 45 degree. Therefore alpha will be 350 degree. Hence we have found out value of alpha and value of length of perpendicular. Hence alpha equals to 350 degree and length of perpendicular P equals to 5 root 2. These two are the required answers. Okay, so you keep in mind that if the angle, acute angle is alpha in first quadrant, in second quadrant it is 180 minus alpha, and in third quadrant 100 plus alpha, in fourth quadrant 360 minus alpha. The question may arise that here 90 plus alpha lies also in second quadrant. Why not 90 plus alpha here? Because 90 changes the trigonometrical ratio, multiple of 90. If it is odd, then its trigonometrical ratio will be changed. So only even multiple of 90 is taken as 90 times 2, 90 times 2, 90 times 4. Because you know that cos 90 minus alpha, it is sin alpha. If the multiple of 90 is 1 or any odd number, then trigonometrical ratio changes. But if the multiple of 90 is even, then trigonometrical ratio does not change. Here 360 minus alpha lies in fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant cos is positive, so cos alpha is written. So here this 180 minus alpha, 180 plus alpha, 360 minus alpha is chosen in such a way that if you take sine of 180 minus alpha, then sine is positive. If you take tan 180 plus alpha, then tan will be positive. If you take cos 360 minus alpha, then cos is positive, cos alpha. In that way, these 180 minus alpha, 180 plus alpha, 360 minus alpha are chosen. So I hope that this video is helpful for you to find out angle alpha and value of P. And if you want similar type of videos or any videos in different topics, you please write in comment and I will try to make videos in that topics. Thank you for watching my video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel so that I will be encouraged to make more videos related to mathematics. Thank you very much.